What's up, D?
Yeah. So I think that the game plan this week was my favorite one by far for the whole year. It seemed like the offense against UCLA, they just took all the plays that haven't worked so far this year, and they said, what if we don't run those plays? What if we run the plays that we think have worked? And they said, our best player is our running back. We should get him the ball all the time. So that's what I think for that. My favorite couple of plays that they did. One was when they ran the quarterback sneak with Harburg. They did not. It wasn't in a jumbo set, so everyone was spread out. They had a little more room to get through there.
Yeah.
And then my favorite stat for the week. Do you want to take a guess at how many 2nd and 10s or worse Nebraska had the whole game?
0.
Close. They had 1. We lost 3 yards on that one play when we had 3rd and 13 on that series.
Oh,
but
yeah.
other than that, we had no incompletions or negative plays on first down, which just makes the game look real easy when that happens.
So, Derek, let me ask you something, Derek, because this is like the easy narrative. So people will say, hey, TJ Lateef, for what Nebraska has on their roster, is the better quarterback because of, and then, of course, you'll inevitably get Nebraska's offensive tackle play. And I always say,
Yeah.
Whose onus does that fall on? Is that Dylan's fault? Is that because we think Lateef is better? Is that on Coach Holgerson? Or do you even believe that? Because whatever the answer is, I think there's a way in which you could run an offense that doesn't stress the tackles that could still use Dylan as a quarterback. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I think that it has taken a while for them to figure out how to believe that they couldn't run plays that would stress the tackles too much. Like when sequence I come back to is when we got sacked 3 times in a row when we tried to run play action. And that, like, after we got over that, then the offense has changed. I think that the benefit for him is that there were a couple plays this week where if Dylan was there, it might have been a sack, but instead it was a 5-yard gain because he got out.
Okay.
At least depending on the game. Like Dylan against Minnesota definitely would have been a sack. Dylan against like Northwestern, maybe not. But I think that the overall quarterback play, you just have to play a little bit more to the strength than it seems like this game, the reads were easy.
Okay,
it's also hard to tell because it's UCLA.
All right, Derek, since everybody thinks we're super close.
Good context on that last part there.
Yeah, I do like that at the tail end. Let me ask you something. What do you think, or is there a difference between playing to Dylan's strengths and playing to TJ's strengths? And is it different than playing to your offensive line strengths?
That's what I was going to say, is that the offensive line, as it's currently constructed, just does so much better at run blocking. And I'm not going to. I don't necessarily think. I like to say pass protection rather than offensive line, because sometimes it seems like it's not just the line; it's a whole combination of like. Here also, this is a good hypothesis for you. Do you like the Swiss cheese model of disasters?
I'm not familiar. Educate me.
All right.
Maybe I am.
So basically it says that in order to have something really bad, like a nuclear disaster or something, there has to be like 5 different things that go wrong. And they all have to happen at the same time in those systems. So in pass blocking, like, especially if you look at the times where we get sacked when it's a 3-man rush, usually there's 4 things that went wrong. Like Like there's miscommunication. Then the back didn't make the block. Then Dylan held the ball too long. Then somebody ran the wrong route. Like if any one of those things don't happen, it might not be a sack.
Mm.
So I think that the pass protection weakness makes us play a certain way in order to avoid that. And if it's going to be a run heavy way, then I think adding that extra quarterback run dimension helps a little bit. If it's going to be, you could play it a pass heavy way, but you have to stay away from throwing low percentage balls, because as soon as you get behind the sticks, then you have to throw a slightly longer developing play in there.
Derek, at the risk of ruining our relationship, I want to ask, because sometimes you can know too much about your partner. Derek, have you ever coached before?
I have not really coached other than like little kid.
Okay.
stuff.
So you're a fan who's taken some time to just get pretty smart.
Yeah, I've never been a football coach. The last time I played was high school.
Interesting.
I just see it.
See, he's in category
I don't know.
2.
So that's what I was saying.
He's in category 2.
It is possible.
Yeah.
All right, Derek. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Good call from Derek. Appreciate that.
Yeah, he's like 5 for his last 5. He's Ohtani in the playoffs.
He's on a heater. You like Ohtani now or no?
He's okay.
Oh.
I like Derek.
Do we still have Jay on the phone, Shane?
It looks like it.
All right.
Let's get to Jay real quick.
Jay's got an elephant in the room. What's the elephant in the room?
Can you hear me?
Yep, that's the elephant. Did you
What's
hear
up,
the
Jay?
elephant?
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. What's up?
What up, fellas?
How we doing?
Now, I'm going to admit, before I repeat anything, don't beat me up, because I have not been able to enjoy the whole show.
Oh, man. Right. Listen, Ravi's only threatened Shane with violence twice. We're good.
All right, good. And I haven't even got a chance to listen to Robbie's rant yet either. So I'll get to that.
Jay, he's crazy. Don't worry about him. Go back and listen to yesterday's.
I am. I got a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, he made no friends and lost a few yesterday.
Oh, that's got to be good. Then. That's good. Really good. So here's my question about when can we address the elephant in the room? And that's what I'm saying. I'm fearful that I may have be repeating something that you all have already addressed, right? But if we look at it for what it is, fellas, we saw an offense Saturday that moved the ball efficiently, right? And we've been watching the games week after week. We see what's happening. We see that, in many cases, the defense has held people to 21 points or under 21 points. And if the offense could just give you 4 to 5 scoring drives, we win a lot of games. But we have seen consistently that the offense has not been efficient. There have been, again, glimpses of brilliance, but nothing that is consistent. And then we saw Saturday where 3 of our first 3 drives ended in touchdowns. Not saying UCLA is a juggernaut defensively, but they are a power 4 team. You feel me? And they, it is what it is. To see us move the ball efficiently on a bad defense and moving the ball the way we're supposed to is a good sight, right? You just want to see that. So the question is, how do we have, right, no sacks, 100 yards rushing, 100 yards passing, multiple wide receivers are blocking their tail off, multiple wide receivers are catching balls and looking like they're engaged in the game. Now, again, the low-hanging fruit is to say, oh, they were just playing for their rookie quarterback. Nonsense. I mean, they should be playing every week. Why would it take the quarterback going down for them to perform at this level unless we're missing something? How do we have 15 sacks versus one team and 9 sacks versus one team and teams come in to get their sack total or sack record against us week after week? But yet again, here's a freshman coming in and he's moving the ball efficiently, right? The running game looks good. The passing game looks good. Offensive line looks good. There's continuity and there's a flow to the offensive play calling. All of these things that we're mentioning, but yet we keep trying to add other contributing factors to something that could be the elephant in the room. And I'm going to be the guy to say it, and I'm not going to make it malicious. It is what it is. Dylan Raiola is a very, very, very talented young man, and he plays the quarterback position at a high level. But I'll be honest with you, man, not all Gucci clothes supposed to be on your body. You know what I'm saying? Even though it looks as it's expensive and it's cool as it can be, you know what I mean? It ain't for you. You know what I mean? If some guys can wear it and it look as fly it can be on them, but you, it just don't fit, if that makes sense. So I think that, Husker Nation, man, we have to come to the realization that though Dylan Raiola has been an amazing asset to our program, bro. Like he pushed us into the limelight in areas that no other, five-star athlete would and could. You know what I mean? So we're thankful and grateful for him. But in reality, what he does not fit what we trying to do.
So listen, don't you feel like you should table this discussion for a couple of weeks?
No, you know why?
No, I'm curious. I'm just yeah.
I tell you know why? Because we tried to fight it when we saw him come in against the weaker teams. We dismissed him and everything that looked and felt the way it looked and felt to being, that team is just terrible.
Hold on, Jay, hold on.
Oh, you might get mean, Ravi. Well, look out.
How did Dylan look against those same teams?
If you keep it a real, Ravi, he wasn't coming in and scoring on every drive. He didn't come in and score.
They had 68 and 59 in those games. What do you mean he wasn't scoring on every drive? We had two straight games where Archie didn't punt.
Ravi, TJ was responsible for 21 of those points. You got to relax. 3 at the third quarter, he came and played the whole second half. You forgot.
How many points they have at halftime? How many points they have at halftime?
I'm just saying he was responsible for 21 of those points. And then, hold on, watch this. In the game before that, right, he came in on the fourth quarter and gave you 2 touchdowns. I'm just saying, bro.
They had 55 at that point. They had 55 when he came
in. Ravi,
I'm just saying you can't
don't fit.
You can't tell. Listen, I'm not even saying you're necessarily wrong. I do think DB's right that we need to wait a couple more games before we have a better idea. What I'm saying is,
and I like Lateef.
I like them both, but you can't say Lateef played good against those two teams and say DR didn't, because that's not true. Dylan played.
I didn't say that.
You were kind of insinuating that we tried to
not
do
at
like.
all.
And here's
forgive me if it felt like that.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Like, I get that we liked how it looked against UCLA, and I agree. I liked how the offense looked against UCLA. There was also times this year where Nebraska has played efficiently. I would look at Michigan State. I would look at Maryland. They had the same amount of points against Northwestern, even though it didn't look the same. I thought they had times when they looked efficient against Michigan, which is by far the best defense in that bunch that we're talking about here.
Did you know that he threw how many picks against Maryland?
I know he threw 3 picks against Maryland. I'm saying the offense they still put up 34 points in that game.
Yeah, in spite of. They did a great job.
And we have here's my point though. We have no idea during the course of a Big Ten schedule what TJ would actually look like. If we've got a couple more games, I think we can start to have that discussion a little bit. But I'm
just saying maybe I'm speaking too early.
Here's the other thing, Jay, real quick. Here's the other thing real quick that I think we have to figure out what the variable actually is. Is it the quarterback? Is it the play calling? Or is it some variation of both? Because I think there's a world out there, and I have no way of knowing, right? I think there's a world out there that maybe because they've given Dylan so much freedom to change plays at the line of scrimmage, that maybe the plays that are getting called aren't the plays that end up getting run, which that's a whole other discussion, right?
I had that. I brought that to your attention a couple weeks ago.
Which is totally fair.
Laughed at me. Y'all laughed at me.
No, wait, plural? Plural?
Y'all is plural.
I don't do much. I mean, the Gucci thing was funny. I don't do a lot of laughing at your takes, though.
All I'm saying is,
when I brought EA Sports in, y'all was like, "Come on now."
I think we were laughing at the EA Sports part.
It just was more. Yeah, it was
the way you phrased it was funny.
Okay.
But I do think there's a conversation to be had about whether it is the actual quarterback or whether it's the plays being called that run to the most of the team's strengths and not just to what we think Dylan's strengths are. That's a different conversation.
Jay, how much of this has to do with the fact that TJ beat UCLA and Dylan didn't?
Nothing.
Okay.
None of it has to do with that.
Okay.
It has everything to do with what I saw, man.
Okay.
I saw a team that played with a different sense of urgency and it looked different, man. You as a coach know the difference. You can see it. Man, when I saw 13 and 6 blocking 20 yards down the field, you feel me, with the same amount of tenacity as they would be going after a 50-50 ball, bro, it makes my heart glad. When you see 51, right? You see Big Evans, and I forget the other young man's name, just blocking all the way. Man, come on, man. Like, it's just easy to be excited when you see it flow like that. And then, to be honest with you, I no disrespect to my man, 15 is I told you, he is an amazing prospect. He is a expensive Gucci outfit. But maybe we wear polo, man. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
Gucci down.
That's all I'm simply saying. That's all I'm saying.
See, don't get me started, Jay. I'm trying to behave myself.
Appreciate the call. Rico, real quick, throw up the QB draft results because we haven't gotten to them in 2 days.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you, Jay, for the call.
Oh, looky here. I'm not in last.
Not in last place. TK's winning. Team Roston right behind. I'm in third. No big deal. KB, DB, and then TV bringing up the back half of the draft here as their quarterback rosters have been decimated by injuries and benchings. So
benchings. Well,
that was mostly DJ with actually he got double bench this week. He's got Nuss and DJ.
I know it. And he's so good natured, but he's in trouble.
That's a tough look for our guy. I will say one thing with Jay. So TK brings up a good point. The wideouts have been blocking their ass off all year. That is not new. And how many times when Isaiah Hunter is running those tunnel screens for touchdowns and be like, oh, look, there's Justin Evans. Oh, look, there's Rocco Spindler. Oh, look, there's Gunnar Gatula. Those guys have been getting downfield all year. Don't pretend like that's new. Even if you like TJ and even if you're right, don't pretend like that's new because it's not.
Ravi Lulla here for objectivity. L3, boys.
Oh, my bad.